My name is Jordan Sharps. I'm a graphic design major from Bowie, Maryland, and today we'll be having a TED Talk on the impact of climate change on diseased ecology. If you don't know by now, climate change is another form of global warming. Climate change is the rise in the average temperature on Earth and is usually caused by the human use of fossil fuels. Climate change happens all around us and is a major issue in the world today. It affects the way we live, it affects animals and everything else. As you can see, climate change happens all around us. It's currently raining a little bit and it's about 45 degrees. Climate change can sometimes be a good thing, but most likely it's going to be a bad thing. As a result of climate change, there have been many diseases caused by that, such as malaria, the bird flu, Ebola, a major issue in Africa, and many more other diseases that have been caused by climate change.
Hello, my name is Joshua Waldron. I'm a first-year strategic communications major from Frederick, Maryland, and I'm here to tell you about how global warming and extreme temperatures are affecting human health. Over the past couple of years, we have seen global warming and extreme weather increase all over the world. Climate projections indicate that extreme heat events will become more frequent. These conditions can lead to diseases such as cardiovascular disease, cerebrovascular disease, respiratory disease, and heat stroke. Heat waves are also associated with an increase in hospital admissions for cardiovascular, kidney, and respiratory disorders. Extreme heat is increasing in the United States, and climate projections indicate that extreme heat will be more frequent and intense in the coming decades. Luckily, we have also seen some diminishes in heat-related disorders due to better forecasting by meteorologists and access to better air conditioning in non-third world countries such as the United States right here. However, as these high temperatures become more constant, we will see these diseases return over time. Now, with hot weather also comes the spread of infectious disease. Bugs such as mosquitoes have been known to carry out many different diseases like dengue fever, which has been found in Africa. With increases in hot weather, summers become longer and gives these insects a longer timetable to spread their infectious disease. Now, with extremely hot summers also comes milder winters. While these might ruin your chances to play in the snow or your holiday spirit, with warmer winters, we have seen a drop in illness, injuries, and deaths associated with cold weather and the snow. But while these death totals decrease, it does not compensate for the amount of deaths that will continue to happen during these summer months. In fact, it has no effect on the illnesses and diseases that will be transmitted during the summer at all.
Now we'll be moving on to the different diseases caused by climate change. Has brought a rise to many different unique diseases that are very commonly known across the whole world. As I stated earlier, there are different diseases that are caused by climate change, such as Ebola, the bird flu, and tuberculosis. Now I know many of you heard about Ebola, but do you really know the actual effects that it can have on a person? Ebola is a virus disease that can damage the blood vessel walls and that can inhibit the blood from clotting. Ebola and the bird flu are the two most commonly known diseases that are affected by climate change. They could start off, like I said, as little small fevers or a little slight sickness and cough. They can terribly turn into something worse than that. Just like Ebola, the bird flu can start off as just a high fever, cough, or just a slight sickness, and it can turn into a pretty bad thing. As you can see, many different diseases are caused by climate change, and the rise in high temperatures is what makes this change occur. Ebola is a disease today that is still affecting many people in Africa, even though it outbroke in about 2014. And along with Ebola, there's another disease called the bird flu that actually is pretty much the same as Ebola in terms of the way it affects people. One last disease I would like to talk about that is caused by climate change is tuberculosis. Tuberculosis is a contagious disease that affects the organ systems, particularly the lungs. It when someone gets tuberculosis, like they breathe in bacteria into their lungs, and it causes them like to not be able to breathe or breathe. And to go along with Ebola and bird flu, tuberculosis is another disease that can start off as just like a high fever or a slight cough or whatever it may be, just small symptoms that can turn into something worse, like what I just said.
I'm Jacob Mayo. I'm a psychology major, and I'm gonna be talking about how food and water is a danger to the society. One of the main problems with water pollution is the fish have to eat from the water. So anything they eat from the water is polluted. The dangers of food and water pollution: one, it disrupts the food chain. Two, it causes diseases. You can get hepatitis by eating seafood that has been poisoned.
Hello, my name is Jordan Khan, and I'm a first year finance major from Montgomery County, Maryland. And I will be talking about solutions for climate change having the effect on diseases. Some diseases that could be a cause of climate change would be bird flu, Ebola, or tuberculosis, which are a few diseases that are likely to happen. Some solutions are taking steps to reduce energy that causes global warming. The biggest cause of global warming is the carbon dioxide released when fossil fuels such as oil and coal are burned for energy. So when you save your energy, you can fight global warming and save money too. Another solution is moving closer to work, either cycling, walking, or carpooling to save the release of oils and gases into the air so that less pollution is in the air, and it will allow our environment to be a cleaner place. Another way to stop climate change would be to use reusable bags instead of plastic bags, because usually plastic bags are like left on the ground, and that can get into the water and kill fish and just pollute the area. Also, another solution would be to not buy as many cars as one would like to buy. Once I was in a program named GEMS, and we worked on different ways to help with the environment, and we created this fuel cell car that used hydrogen to power it, and that would be a good idea to let the public know about that so more people are aware and they're able to create different solutions, and maybe one day we'll have hydrogen cars out there. I want to leave y'all with an inspiring quote. So, we shouldn't want to protect the environment. We should create an environment that does not need protecting at all.